Hey guys. So, it's Monday and it's May 21st and we're seeing a lot of talk about, and I want to talk about volume, okay, in the market. And I'm gonna move a bit away from all the psychology and mentality stuff because I think I've talked about that enough for now until the next one. So, talking about volume and volume and volume, right? So people still use volume indicators wherever, whatever they trade, and apart from forex, but volume. So everybody keeps talking about how the market, like the overall stock market or futures market, the volume has dwindled. And the I've been doing this for so many years that I've seen the volume just drop off quite significantly, right? And you can chalk it up to people kind of favoring more derivatives than the outright products themselves. But at the same time, I think it's a symptom of the overall changes that the market has undertaken, right? And what that means being a more automated, and there's more machines going through, and of course your wonderful dark pools just operating in the dark and doing weird things. So it's not surprising that people may have been discouraged into putting on, into being traders. And there's a lot of ads on CNBC or wherever talking about, we should be a trader, sign up with TD Ameritrade or Schwab or whomever. And the fact of the matter is, again, it's probably one of the reasons why there are a lot of people, like a lot of the millennials, are actually going into cryptocurrencies because they feel like it's still their own. It's not being run by old, rich people who don't know, who really just manipulate things, up or down. So volume is quite archaic at this point, right? It's all relative now because you can have big swings and very low volume, and you could still be very profitable in the trading world. And I've had both clients and just people in general talking to me about, how this move, it was accompanied by high volume, it should be going up or going down, and then the next day they have the opposite move, and then they kind of scratch their heads and wondering, well, the volume stated this. So ultimately, I think people will have to start accepting that um, with fewer players in the market, the outcome or the end result is obviously you can move the market bigger on low volume. It's not like last time, when you actually had to have a lot of players trading and moving things around, right? So it's not, like I said, it's volume is not a prerequisite to trade profitably, and I don't use it, not anymore. It's been 8 years since I've actually used any volume indicator. I don't have any volume indicators on my chart. But if you are able to still use it and you swear by it, I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong. It's never been it's never been my thing to tell people they're wrong, especially if whatever they're doing, is making them money. So if you're making money in whatever it is that you trade, right, whatever trading system you use, whether you're using clouds or whatever, that's great. God bless you. I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to tell you that you're doing it wrong. The way I always judge, right, is if you're whatever you're doing and you're not making money, then you're doing it wrong. I think that's probably the easiest and the most the clearest way to kind of tell somebody that you've been doing whatever you're doing and you're not making money, then yeah, you're doing something wrong there somewhere. So again, volume. It's not extremely useful, at least in my humble opinion. Okay, so it hasn't been a factor in my trades. When I see a setup, I take the trade. I don't really look at the volume, and I still make money. On days that I lose money, I still don't blame that I didn't see the volume. It's just the way it is. But I do make money, make it back. So um, it's really important, yeah, that your evolution as a trader, right, as you get older and get wiser, hopefully get wiser in the world of trading, you really, you look at the tools that you have at your disposal and really decide which ones are still working, which ones are not. And if you find that some of them aren't working anymore, you got to dispose of them. That's just how it is. It's kind of like spring cleaning, right? Every spring you go out to your garage or your basement and you see which ones you liked and which ones you don't really need. You dump them. You go on a garage sale and you sell them, right? So don't ever think that there's no that you can be stagnant in this market and think that whatever you're using many years ago will continue, or it will continue to work. There will be situations when it's not going to work, right? And you gotta go back to the drawing board, or you gotta reevaluate your systems and see what works. What we've added since 2017, at Equity Sense, is a trading algorithm. We engage a quant, and bought you know really expensive computer equipment to really be able to at least have an edge and have a fighting chance against the machines in the market, right? And it's been going very well. We love the automation because it's actually allowed us to take more time for ourselves and fill the gaps that we otherwise can't fill, especially when we're asleep, for clients that we have 24/7 almost now. So for our Bitcoin and cryptocurrency clients, they get their alerts even the weekends, when the setup comes in. So I'm not advertising or anything. I'm just talking about how we evolve as traders, and you can't just rest on your laurels in this market. And I think if you're looking for proof that old models don't work, look at all the hedge funds closing in the last 3 or 4 years. They keep saying, we're not making any money. The market's difficult. It's really funny how they say that, because the market's just been a straight line since 2010. If you look at the S&P daily, weekly, monthly chart, right? The SPX monthly chart. It's been, for the most part, just a straight line from 2010 all the way to even now. I mean, there's a little bit of a dip, but it's been a straight line. So if you were a hedge fund, right, and you just basically, got with the program and just kept buying, or just kept indexing your gains, you would be up at least 15 or 20% a year. And that would be something you could probably tell your clients, like, hey, I made you 20% on $1 billion. Should be very happy, right? So it's always funny, for me at least, as a retail trader. I'm always kind of laughing when I see hedge funds closing down, because then that kind of tells me that they're still using old school models that, if it doesn't work, then these guys are billionaires. They're not dumb people, right? They're very smart people. What I don't understand is that why are these smart people losing a lot of money when they themselves became rich by being smart? So kind of makes you really think. So your strength, right, as a retail trader, is your ability to be very flexible. You can move in and out of positions very quickly, but at the same time, it's your goal to always be up to snuff with the trends and what's happening in the market. Especially if you don't have, if you're doing this on your own, you're just getting like news services or whatever. You need to be able to keep up with what's going on overall, right? So, but that's basically it. It's what I want to talk about today, the whole volume thing. I'm not. These podcasts and these talks are not going to be centered around what's happening in the market. That you can get that from CNBC or Bloomberg or whomever. There's a lot of people out there on YouTube or wherever who can talk about market updates. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be a total waste of my time, and definitely a total waste of your time. What I want to explore with these discussions is just the kind of the idea of trading, and what it involves, and what things have what things have changed and what things could change in the future. Just again, the general thoughts on trading, and hopefully you get an idea of what this job really entails, and what to expect if you're really going to go down this path. You need to understand, what it really requires from you, because it requires a lot, and if you're not careful, it can definitely it can definitely make you do a lot of crazy things. All right, so hope you're all well, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I'll always do my best to make sure these podcasts are less than 10 minutes. I'm actually doing my best to make them 5, but they'll never be more than 10. I always will do my best to never make them more than 10, because time is precious, right? So take care, and until next time.